Hello, hello there. I hope you're doing great. Jarmong plays Lonely Mountains Downhill. Lonely Mountains Downhill. There we go. You can tell it's the first video of this recording session because I'm just like stumbling over words here. Okay, so let's finish up this mountain with the nighttime stuff. Let's see here. I just got a Discord message from a buddy of mine. We've been talking about expensive 1440p 144 hertz monitors, and I'm over here Nintendo Switch Lonely Mountain go brrr. Did I use that right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm old. I get half extra credit just because I'm trying to use a meme to relate. Is that how that works? I don't think that's how it works, but you know what? I'm okay with that. This is kind of a tough mountain, isn't it? A slight focus on the beginning section of this. Oh, there's the checkpoint. Hello. You're so nice and shiny. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing a lot more people out. I know some in a lot of areas there's too many people out, if you know what I'm saying. I don't really like to delve into political stuff or anything like that, but this is kind of like a humanitarian stuff. You know, just I hate that there's a real issue at hand, and there's people out there that are kind of like taking advantage of the situation and going, "Hey, I wanna riot." You know, I want to just destroy stuff for fun because, hey, we have an excuse to. No, it's not an excuse. All right. I don't know. I wish humans were better. That's kind of it's not like a goal per se of me talking into the ethos like this, but like I don't know. It's weird. I don't want, like, none of you guys would do that kind of crap, like listening to this, because you're probably like either homebodies or you just want to chill. And then there's all the other side of the extremists that are like, well, you know, all of our presumptions are correct because of X, Y, and Z, because the riots are happening from the people that are having it. You know, it's just a full circle of like of a lot of annoyance on both ends. But really, like, I don't want to say bad people are bad, because it really is like an issue of fusion of races. Because like, if I give you an anecdotal story, like after Virginia Tech happened, yeah, if you don't know, it was like in 2008, somewhere like there, that there was a shooting that was done by an Asian student in a college. Me being Asian in a black high school, I got moderate amount of heat, and that's more than I probably should have gotten. Like, what relation do I have to a shooter besides, like, not even being born in the same country, like just being in the vicinity, you know? Not to have like a extremely serious conversation on this, video game where the headlamp of the bike is glitching up. There's a square there that I'm just staring at this whole time. Yep, you're not gonna unsee it either. I apologize. There it is. When I turn around, it's gone. Oh, it only shows up in the foggy areas, like if it's misty. Like from Pokemon. Okay. Where were we? We're way off track. Well, I mean, I guess we're partially on track because I'm trying to talk about real stuff, and then my brain is immediately like, oh no, too serious. Gotta derail. But yeah, like I got some physical. How do I want to put this without saying like I got beat up? There was some physical offense done to me just for being Asian at that time, and I'm kind of like a little bit worried because there were Asian officers involved. That me being out in public is gonna kind of strike up like a similar thing, but at the same time, I'm like, why am I? Like, I'm worried for myself. Like, it's just, it's a human thing to be worried about yourself. Don't get me wrong, but I'm also like, this is a human, like a humanitarian issue. This is something that should really just be solved by trying to be the best person you can be, like at all times. Or like be, golden rule it up. I don't know. It's a tough balance, but I feel like you shouldn't treat it. You can be cautious, but I feel like even if you push caution as like your foremost thing, you're gonna become part of the problem too. Because then you're not really treating other people like humans. Then it's not very golden rule-esque. It's a full circle of like of prejudice and racism, and like a cocktail of like of all kinds of just human issues. But again, I'm gonna try my best to just watch my back like usual. Just be as nice of a person as possible to everyone I interact with, or at least just not be in the way. It's funny that I bring that up. As a 6'1" like a massive Asian dude, I have always stuck out like a sore thumb. But I've also always wanted to be like a ninja and like hide and not interact and, be completely introverted and just invisible. But, pepper in a little bit of jokes every now and then. Just keep everyone happy. It's a weird mixture of personality, to be honest, that I can't really... I've felt that it's like it's counterintuitive when it comes to streaming and content creation. Sure, you're supposed to be like charismatic and center of attention, etc., etc. Keep the dialogue going, and I feel like I can do that, but like in a public setting where it's a little bit different. Like a little bit. I went a little British for you. It's a little bit different because of a lot of things. I'm there. This massive dude that's taking up a huge percentage of the volume of the room is, a lot of people would consider me like kind of imposing. Wait, did I just rank number 1? I think I just ranked number 1. It looked like there were 4 total people that have finished this on the Nintendo Switch. That's kind of hilarious. Where can I see the records? I don't know. Let's do free rider and see what happens. Bike challenge. It has to be with the Geronimo. That's funny. Okay. But yeah, it's just to be a better human being. Is that the whole conversation here? I don't know. I just felt like I had to put out a video, at least just one, just pointing that out, because like there's too many conversations about what about me? You know, why doesn't anybody care about me? No, it's not. You're not the one bleeding here. Like the. Okay, so if we're going into this, I always had like a tiny bit of a thorn on my side when it came to like February in high school, because it would be Black History Month, and you know everybody's like Wakanda forever, even though you know Black Panther wasn't out yet. But with that comes with the attitude that like my classmates, my peers, saw themselves as better than me, and I'm not speaking for them. That's exactly what comes out of their mouths at that point, a lot of the times, and they probably deny that, you know, when we're talking about it in a political, scientific way, you know. But that is the attitude, which completely rubbed me the wrong way when it came to, you know, the pride of a specific race. I'm like, why can't we just do, you know, all humans thing? And I understand now more than ever that it's not about that. It's about the struggle. It's about like moving through like that specific race, like African Americans or whatever you want to call it. Like they've been stepping on glass, you know, for for generations upon generations upon generations. That's the pride that needs to come through, is that there has been actionable movement as far as just getting to a better spot, but it still feels like it's not there, you know, the equality sense, you know. Filipinos, Asians, whatever you want to call it, there is like some sort of racism against us, sure, but it's not the kind of oppression where, you know, it's okay for murder and we can just like overlook that. That's the point. You can't just judge, you know, everything in that geopolitical scenario based off of your interaction with, you know, a handful of teenagers, which is what I was kind of going off of. You know, interactions with teenagers is gonna be, you know, either ego or horny, you know. that's all you're gonna get. So but I don't want to get too derailed. I just wanted to put that in there just to make this a little bit lighter. It's been a pretty heavy one, and I know I'm speaking to like maybe 5 to 10 people here, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there just because I don't want to just be one of those that's like a little bit silent, because the louder, more aggressive, more offensive crowds are gonna speak, and you know, they're expecting everyone who has some common sense. And I'm not trying to inflate my own ego, inflate my own moral compass, or anything like that. But I feel like you know, a voice that's not trying to offend or trying to overly defend, because I think you can do it on both sides, right? You can defend so much that you're actually offending the other side. That's the danger of the conversation. I don't know. I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there. You can do with it as you please. Let's see here. This is a tough one, though. It's probably a fitting mountain free ride to do with the conversation. Jeez. But yeah, I mostly wanted to put my 2 cents out there just because I have been on both sides of the coin. You know, being neither white nor black. Receiving racism or hate or whatever you want to call it from both sides, honestly. Like, it's not usually like a race thing. It's the person. It's specifically like how that specific person has had like previous experiences and with other people of other races, and they choose to put that mental scope into that into further interactions with a specific skin color or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of the beauty slash the stigma of the internet. Like, we don't really have, like, besides like content creators and streamers that show their face, we don't have like preconceived notions of how people are besides how they interact. And I feel like that is a much, I don't want to say better, because I realize what I'm talking about is the internet here, one of the most toxic places on earth. Especially in a like competitive gaming atmospheres. Oh my goodness. But I do want to say you do remove those. See, that's kind of the conversation here. Even when you remove a lot of those stereotypes, people are still kind of idiots. This is not to. I don't even want to back down from that. I was about to water it down, but no, like, people are. There's idiots everywhere. Is essentially what I'm saying. And I may or may not be exempt from that, depending on what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens from this. My hope, just like I'm sure everybody's hope is that there's just people that kind of this sheds some light. If there is some sort of ray of hope from a situation like this, is that like people would realize what racism looks like. People would realize what in their own life, like, just be able to tell when you're in the wrong. Yeah, that's the little nugget, I guess. Other than that, you could push for I don't know, the good guys to win. What do you want to call it? Just the people that are in the wrong to be proven wrong, etc., etc. I don't know. That's all I got. Also, we're rank 1. We're the only one that has beaten this. Are you kidding me? Only one. Let's go. Are we connected? We're connected to the internet, right? Bro. I didn't realize that was going to be that tough. It was pretty tough. Especially going through that minefield of a conversation. Okay. But yeah, good stuff. Good conversation. We'll keep it lighter next time around. But I felt like that was something that needed to be brought up. Yo, we are rank 1. Look at that. We beat him by like 2 seconds, dude. Let's go. That's pretty dope. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry if it was a little bit heavy today. But yeah. We'll have more fun conversations in the next one. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See y'all.